What's cracking everyone? My name is Eric and I'm back again. I'll explain more down in the description, but today we're taking a look at Roblox Studio once again, the basics. So today we'll talk about what Roblox Studio is, what it's used for, as well as how do we use it. Mainly how do we use it, but for today we'll cover all three. So this assumes that you know what Roblox is. Roblox is an online game platform which offers users the ability to create their own games, thus powering imagination, which is also their kind of slogan or motto. So of course, in order to do this, you'd need a game engine. So that's what Roblox Studio is for. So Roblox has made a game engine called Roblox Studio, which we're using currently, made specifically for the purpose of making games and then publishing them to Roblox. So it has the exact function we will need, and has also discarded any ones that we don't need. If you're familiar with other programs such as Blender or Unity, this will come in very handy because it works pretty similarly. So I'll leave a download link down in the description, and once you open up Roblox Studio, it should look like this, assuming you're new. So this requires you to have a Roblox account. Your account here, it will prompt you to log in with your username and password. So this is the exact same as your Roblox account. So your Roblox Studio account is linked with your Roblox account because it's the same account. So I'm just gonna enter in my username, which is Eric the developer, and my passcode, which I'm of course not gonna say. So once that's done, you log in and you might be prompted to verify yourself. I just logged in just before, so I didn't have to verify myself, but that's just like matching images and stuff like that. So once you're in here, this is what you would see. So we have three different sections. We have My Games, Recent, and Archive. So, and sorry, four sections, and we also have New. And in each section, we can sort by different subsections. So let's the one you'll see the most is under My Games, which you'll use the most, and then either My Game and often My Games to start off with, but you can also do group games. So My Games is the collection of every game you have. Each of these, like cards you see, is a project. A project corresponds to a game. So this one project would correspond to one game, and and if I wanted to make another new game, I would make another new project. So under My Games, this is obviously the collection of all your games, and here you can and here's split it into three subsections. Pardon me. So the first one is My Games. These are your personal private games that only you are working on. So these are your private one. You can see all of these are all private. Under Group Games are now this is a second account I'm using, so it's not in any groups. But here you'll be prompted to select from different Roblox groups and from those that you have editing permissions for to make games for the groups. And here you'll be able to see the group games, which other people can work with. And here you can see shared with me, which is games that are directly shared with you. So let's get started. So you should have this should be completely blank except for one custom made place if you're completely new, but when you want to make a new one. So you go to new, and here you can sort by all templates, theme, and gameplay. So this gives you a bunch of templates which are like already filled out games for you, which has a couple scripts, a map, and stuff like that. But we're not going to do that. We're going to jump right into baseplate. So once we click on that, it creates a new baseplate for us, and we are greeted with the Roblox Studio itself. So this is here where you will do the actual work. So right off the bat, you can see three main things. So at the top we have our tool selection. This is everything. This long rectangle box. This can't be moved or changed. It's always going to be at the top here. Then you have this big canvas, which is the one you're going to use to fly around in, which you will spend most of your time in. This is also known as the 3D viewport, similar to in Blender, if you're familiar with that. And then we have extra windows like that. So for example, I have the Explorer and Properties window open. So first of all, let's touch how to move around. So as you can see in my 3D viewport, I can move around my 3D world that I've got here. So to move around is pretty similar to how you actually do it in Roblox. So you obviously use W, A, S, and D to move around your camera like this, or you can do it similarly with the arrows. So W, S, D, and A. So additionally, you can use Q and E. Wait, sorry. Okay, that doesn't seem to be working, which is really weird. Oh, yeah, there we go. But you can use Q to move down and E to move straight up. And to turn your camera around, you hold down right click and then drag your mouse. Similar, exactly the way you would do it in Roblox. Oh, and also this is almost, I personally never use it, but you can hold down mouse button 3, which is clicking on the scroll wheel and dragging your, oh sorry, mouse around like this. And then you can like drag your camera around like this. So that's that done. So we're not gonna cover all tools right here because we have 5 different sections when it comes to tools, and there are a lot to know. We're just gonna cover the most used and important ones right here. So we have 5 different sections. So most of the time you will use home, but you can also use others depending on what type of work you do. So home is just like a collection of the most. This is like a dashboard. It's like the collection of the most used what's it called, tools. So in here you have your 4 main tools and other cool things. So we build our map by setting in parts. So you can click on this big block, but you can also take the down arrow and choose from a variety of things. You have 4 primary shapes. You have a block, sphere, a wedge, and cylinder. I'm going to do a block because it's the most simple thing, and this will spawn in a block. Additionally, you can just click on this box right here. So also a little handy tip, I use Control Z to undo things. So if I duplicated this, which we'll cover later, but I regret that, I can just say Control C and it's gone again. So now that we have our block, we can well work with it with 4 different tools. The first one is select. This one is used to select different things in your game. This is like your main tool when you aren't doing anything specific. So then we have move. This prompts up 3 different axes. We have the z-axis, the x-axis, and the y-axis, which you can use to move it around by dragging these arrows. Little tip here: if you want to just move your block in general, you can use the select tool. However, the move tool is good for more precise movement, as you can see. Scale, pretty similar to the move tool. You drag these circles to extend it the way you want, and thus scaling. So I'm just going to build. So this is a kind of example. I'm going to try to build a brick wall. So now that that's done, we can now rotate it and position it more accurately. And you can do this by grabbing it once again and then rotating it. And also, if I can use the other tools also to select. So right now I haven't selected anything, and I have, let's say, the move tool. However, I can still take this and it will prompt me directly to the movement. So let's just take it back. Oh, I distracted. It's just I didn't do anything. I distracted it, and then it returned to the normal position. That's standard. So now that now that that's done, pardon me, we can spice it up a little. So right now it's just a blank block. So what we do first is choose a material from this. So we select it, and then we have this material button. We take it down an arrow, and here we have a wide variety of materials that we can choose from. In my case, I'm going to do a brick wall, so I'm going to choose brick. However, you can also choose a lot of from a lot of others, which all fit, which suit whatever you want to do. Oh, sorry, I clicked on brick. There we go. And then we can choose the color pretty much the same way. This prompts open a color panel with different colors. We have this like a color hexagon, and down here we have the grayscale. So I'm gonna make this like a red, but not too bright red. So this, what is it called? Persimmon is pretty good for me. So now we have that. So you'll notice that I have 2 windows open. So the Explorer and Properties are the 2 most common windows, but these are like extra windows for different things. You have a lot of other windows. If you go to View, this is getting a little advanced for this beginner's guide, but under View you can toggle all the windows you have opened. So I can open the command bar and I can close it again. I can open the output and close it again, and the toolbox and all that. So you'll notice that the Explorer and Properties are bigger because that's pretty much because they're more important. By standard, these would be open for you. So yeah, I always have these 2 open. Something else unless I'm doing something special. So then just open my window, work with what I want to do, and then when I'm done, close it again. Oh, also, if you're new, you might be using the white theme. I'm using a black theme. This isn't because I'm on a new version. This has no difference. This is simply preference. You can change it by going to File and then Studio Settings, and then you can do Studio, and there's some general here theme. There you go, and then you can change it up. So mine is dark. Um, right. So next up, we will cover the exploring properties because they're so important. So you'll notice that the explorer is like a selection. This is like the object process. This shows everything we've got in the game. So I'm gonna close this right now. So everything you see in the explorer is the game. We have different folders for different things. For example, the workspace is used for this entire 3D world, everything that our map consists of. Strategy UI, once again, this is getting a little complicated, but this is for all menus and stuff. So like all your 2D menus and all that. So you can see we have different folders for different purposes. So everything in here is what the game consists of. So let's take the workspace, for example. And under here you can see we've got some terrain camera, don't mind these. Then we have the part we inserted, and then we have the base plate. And fun fact, yeah, you can select things from here. So I've just selected the base plate. So normally I can't select the base plate, but here I can select the base plate, and thus I can actually set a different material and color for my base plate. So it's now some bright green grass, which is lovely. So next up is the so the concept of parenting. So you can see under the workspace we have a few things. These are all children of the workspace. So this parent is under the workspace. So this is a parent of no, sorry, the workspace is the parent to this part. And let's say I set in a let's say I set in a decal. Don't mind this too much. Don't mind the decal itself. So the point here is that I just set in an object under the part. So this decal is now a child of the part, or you can say that the part is a parent to the decal. So this will be very useful later. So when we select things, for example, the part, our properties open up. So properties is just a way to alter the things we can't alter with our tools, like change the properties of it, obviously, and change the aesthetics, appearance, and behavior of our object. So every single object, like everything single object that you can insert or have in the game has properties. Some have a lot fewer than others, but they still have properties. So that's the point. So this part, for example, you can see we have something under appearance. So we can actually change this brick color, which is the color we set, as well as as well as the material. Additionally, we can change the transparency on a scale from 0 to 1 on how transparent it is. So 1 is obviously 100% transparent, yeah, or I could say 0.5 to make it halfway transparent. So yeah, you get the point. We have different transparency, properties for each object. The last thing I want to talk about is so now we've covered how to use Studios, the basics of it. The last thing is files. So once we're done with the game, I'm done now, I want to exit it. So we have a lot of options here. So we have like an entire section of things we can do here. So we have three different ways to save. We can save it to a file, we can save it to Roblox, or we can publish it to Roblox. So saving it to file will save it as a file locally on your computer. So then you have a solid file. This is good to take backups and stuff. Saving it to Roblox will save it online. This will save it under the My Games folder, which you'll do most of the time. And then publish to Roblox will publish it so that everyone can see it. However, don't worry, because if you go into game settings, I can't show it right now because it's not published yet or saved yet. But per standard is private. So even though I publish it right now, only I would be able to see it. I have to go under game settings and make it public so everyone can play it and then publish again. So right now we want to save to Roblox as. So when you save, you can either save it or you can save it as wherever you want to save. The first time you're saving a game after you've just made a new game, you always say save to the place you want to save it as. So this allocates a place for it. So this likes create a new space for it so that you don't overwrite it. So I'm gonna create a new game here. This like makes a new card or project. So I'm gonna call this YouTube demo, the basics. You can call it whatever you want. You can give a description, not necessary creator, me, genres, all. Once again, this doesn't really matter because it's a private project and then I create it. So now we've, oh, I apologize for that down there, but now we've made a new project for this and we've saved it. However, every time you play work on it again, you just want to say save to Roblox. So you should make this a routine. So by now, I pretty much just do it on autopilot. But like whenever you leave a game, you should by standard just say save to Roblox and then close this tab right here. So a little loading later, it will take you back to the studio section. And there you have it. Right now it's loading in the image. But yeah, there we go. Now it's under. Now it's there as a new card, a new project, and you can work on it again. So that's the basics. That should cover how you use Roblox Studio, what it's for, how you get started, how to create your projects, as well as how to save projects. So in my future videos, I'll cover how to actually get some more specific work done. But yeah, this was just meant as a beginner's guide for those who are new and don't really know what Roblox Studio is or how to use it. So I hope this has come in handy. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching and bye.